Yo, imagine your history being so bad that you want to ban people from learning it. Look at this bullshit. Human Zoo in Paris, 1905. As y'all can see, we got a bunch of sun-deficient fucks right here with hats and suits and dresses dressed all fancy, right? But then look what they're paying to see. Black kids in behind cages in the water. In the water. Like they're zoo animals. And this is not ancient history. Do you know why? Because bullshit like this keeps happening. Just in different forms, different names, and different shapes. This shit right here is organized white supremacy, and it's still happening to this day. And this right here was disguised science, with millions of Europeans paying to watch kidnapped Africans and indigenous people displayed in cages. How sick, demonic, and fucked up do you have to be to put human beings inside of a cage, the same species as you, mind you, and call it science? What type of sick shit runs in your lineage that you have to get joy and thrill from watching other human beings suffer and literally stay in a state of pain and hurt? And these are the same ones that raped and murdered and tortured children, and their descendants still are to this day on islands. And look, I hate coming on here being negative, but this is the type of shit that just makes me ashamed to be the same species as y'all. I hate that I have to share a planet with these fucking demons. The ones watching the Africans and indigenous, the ones right here, these are creatures right here. The ones dressed in fancy suits and hats, these are creatures. These aren't even human. These are creatures. These are demons. And what's worse is that many of them are proud of this. They're proud of this. Why? Why? Can you guys please tell me what the and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. What the fuck did black people and indigenous people, or just melanated people in general, do to you guys to deserve all this shit? What the fuck did they do? What did they do? Please tell me. Please tell me. Give me one good reason. Other than they exist in their own communities and their own worlds, minding their own business, planting their own fruits, vegetables, and food, healing each other, until you guys invaded their fucking land and murdered and kidnapped millions of them. What the fuck did they do to you guys? Please tell me. What did they do? And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Black people and indigenous people were the first ones that the demons tested on through colonization, slavery, mass rape, mass genocide, mass torture, mass experimentation, trauma harvesting, mind control, murder, lynching, hunting. They ate y'all. They fucking ate y'all. Demonic blood rituals and sacrifices. You guys were the first ones they tested on before mass control of the entire world population. Because it's deeper than skin color. There was always something within y'all. You guys, there was always something within you guys. Spiritually, emotionally, rhythmically, ancestrally, genetically, mentally, internally, creatively, that they lacked within themselves, and they hated themselves for that. They had such a deep self-hatred for the lack of light within themselves. They had such a deep self-hatred for the fact that you guys had community, creativity, freedom of expression, healing, and culture, and they didn't. And they didn't. And they needed to control, and they needed to control. They needed to control over that. They needed control over that. They needed control over that. And they still do to this day. And please do not beat yourselves up over this. There's nothing wrong with any melanated person, black person, or indigenous person watching this video. This is a battle against good versus evil. These people that we are all up against and that your ancestors were up against are not even fucking human. They're demons. They're creatures. They are dark, demonic energies taking the form of flesh. They are beyond human. We cannot and will not move forward if we keep sanitizing the truth, because the demons that were hurting all of y'all's ancestors, they still exist to this day. All of their descendants are here in different forms. They're still here. Understand me when I say this shit.